Welcome back, beautiful people. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Now, this is an interesting topic. Male strippers. Okay, stripping isn't as taboo as it used to be, and the signs of that are evident. Two Magic Mike movies have shined a light on the industry. Cardi B's Instagram videos of her life as a stripper boosted her meteoric rise to fame, and pole dancing classes are seemingly just as common as yoga or Zumba nowadays. Before, stripping was a hush hush, don't talk about it kind of thing. But that movie shined a light on the industry as a whole. You might even know someone who strips. There's a chance you've seen them in your local softball league, or maybe even they sold you a car or cooked you a meal. Now, Magic Mike brought the world of male stripping to the big screen, but the job requires a lot more hard work than memorizing a few minutes of sexy choreography. For starters, they have to hustle to get hours. Most male strippers freelance, hopping from club to club to make coin. Befriending clients is key to raking in those tips. So flexing their personality can be just as important as flexing their biceps. And while having people fawn over them makes them probably feel pretty damn hot, sleeping with clients is probably completely off the table. Now, if you're curious to know what it takes to become a professional dancing hunk, look no further, because up next we have Armand Perry. Now, Armand Perry is former NPC and IFBB bodybuilding champion. He's an entrepreneur, real estate investor, and very much an artist. And if that was not enough, a book author. He is also the founder of Hunk-O-Mania Entertainment, a live choreographed male revue show for women, which operates in one of the largest nightclubs in New York City. Now, Armand founded his first Hunk-O-Mania nightclub show in 1998 in New York City, and the show has now expanded to over 18, and I say major cities. They are everywhere. Today, he's here to chat male strippers, how to achieve success, and what it's like having 3.6 million followers. Welcome to the show, superstar.
Well, it's a pleasure being on your show. It's a pleasure meeting you. Uh,
Now, like,
an amazing introduction. Thank you for the introduction.
without a doubt. Now, Armand, look, apparently there are dads, car dealers, truck drivers. There's a lot of strippers, so to speak, that we don't even know are strippers. And you received a great deal of publicity following the success of your Hunk-O-Mania show, probably one of the largest and most successful male review shows for women in the world. What inspired you to create Hunk-O-Mania?
It started as a way of making extra money. I come from very humble beginnings. My parents immigrated to the United States when I was 12 years old, and they worked very hard to support us. And I wanted to make some extra money. So while I was looking for a part-time job, I met a someone who was also going to my university. I was about 20 or 21 years old, and I noticed that he was also into fitness and bodybuilding, and we would see each other in the cafeteria, and I saw he was eating the same type of food as me, and one day we just started talking, and he was very inspired by the way I looked, I guess, because he saw that I was very lean. I had a lot of veins, and at the time I was very focused on my bodybuilding career. So he was very impressed with my conditioning and my, I guess, my physique. So he started asking me questions about, what I eat, how I train. We started training together. Next thing you know, I'm asking him, hey, how is it that you're 21 and you drive brand new exotic car? And it was like, well, I have a part-time job, and being the shy guy that I was at the time, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. But he invited me to check him out at one of the clubs, one of the venues that he was performing at, and just hanging out watching him, I made like $100. Well, not the birth of Hunk-O-Mania. Before Hunk-O-Mania, I was a dancer. So I worked my way up from being a dancer.
stripper and a
I
male
was a male
dancer.
stripper, so that was a way of me making extra money. I don't come from money. My parents didn't have any money. I wanted to also, wear nice clothes, drive a nice car, and I was like, well, I see this guy. He has designer clothes every day, and
Okay,
this is
so
good.
let's fast forward. So let's fast forward. So you're stripping, okay? And guys, for those of you just piping in, we're talking to Armand Perry. He is quite the impressive individual. But I have to say, you are a family guy. You are now married. You have 4 kids. Now this is in
I've
your
always
20s.
been focused, even from the beginning. See, that's the difference. Whatever business you decide to get into, you have to treat it as a business. And even though it's an entertainment business, a lot of people get sidetracked.
So then now you're stripping, and then from all your hard work stripping, from your incredible physique, from all of the followers and all of the fans that you basically you know throughout the years have cultivated, so to speak,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
then launch Hunk-O-Mania, which is now like an
Yes,
epic
but
show.
in 1998, I decided to create my own company. Um, I'm just getting tired of traveling 3 hours away and having, because at the time I was working for different promoters, and it's a hit and miss. Some promoters work hard, some promoters don't work hard. So I would travel 3 hours away for 5 girls, or worse yet, I would travel and the show would get canceled on the way to Connecticut.
Now let me ask you this, Armand. At this point in your life, do you have a girlfriend, or are you completely single?
Um, I might have had a girlfriend. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I might have had someone.
But nothing significant, meaning your focus was your career.
Yeah, my focus was my career. My focus at the time was my bodybuilding career and my school.
Yeah.
But I've always been a very competitive person. I've always strive to be the best I can be in every aspect of my life, whether it be bodybuilding or even in school. I was a 4.0 student in school, so I've always applied myself into everything that I decided to do.
So how do you go from now stripping to having your own company to creating this amazing show, Hunk-O-Mania? For those of you that have never heard of Hunk-O-Mania, please check it out, hunkomania.com. You can also check Armand Perry with 1R.com. And on Instagram, he has 3.6 million followers at Life Perryway. Now, how do you take all of this? Because you are an enterprise, you have a PR agency, you're an artist, you paint. What don't you do? So let's talk about this, the stigma of male strippers. Okay, for the people listening out there, male strippers, would you say, are average everyday people just like you and the neighbor next door, or is the stigma of all the drama that goes on behind the scenes
Well,
kind of ripping down that kind of the cliche of what really goes on?
male strippers just like anyone else. I mean, we have male strippers who are a mess in their personal life. We're male strippers who are very focused, just like anything else. Whether you choose to be a male stripper or an investment banker, you know, there are male strippers that actually work really hard and they diet, they exercise, they're focused, they're educated. We have male strippers who are actually working on Wall Street. And the beauty about male stripping and the beauty about the male stripping business is that because it's a nighttime, uh, it's mostly a nighttime industry. You're able to be an actor. You're able to be a commercial or a fashion model. A lot of my guys have other aspirations, aside from being male strippers.
What kind of tips do male strippers make on a given
Really
night?
depends. It's just like you're asking an investment banker, how much money do you make? I mean, it really depends. It's really related to the effort, the amount of effort you put, and personality. You were speaking about personality. It's not enough to be a great looking guy. Of course, that's going to get you in the door, but it's ultimately your mind and your personality.
Got it. So
How
so
you
so
can make
like everything else.
just like anything else. But women are you're going to be able to capture their hearts by having a great personality, by really making them feel great, and understanding that, understanding, yeah, understanding people's skills, understanding that women, you know, they all have, they have ups and downs, and they all have good days and bad days, and really, in a sense, being, a psychologist, or understanding psychology will definitely make you the most money.
There you go. I'm assuming all of this is in your book because you are a published book author now. And more importantly, the advice that you're giving is, advice that makes sense and resonates in any kind of business. Where, like you said, if you're driven, you'll see results. If you
Yeah.
if you treat this like an art and only like an art, you will be a starving artist. If you treat it like a business, you'll start to see revenues. And I like that idea. Now, what inspired the PR agency? I mean, obviously, you have a PR agency now, and you've taken it to the next level where everything is kind of hovering on basically you're the brand. So tell me about this PR agency.
So during COVID, as you can imagine, all my clubs closed. So I had 6 months, and I started posting more. During that time, people were asking me about the book, and as a result of me wanting to promote myself, I hired a PR firm that made a lot of promises and really didn't deliver on those promises. So as they were doing things or trying to do things to me, I actually learned the process of how to do what I wanted them to do for me. Because they couldn't deliver, I became so frustrated, and because the timing was right, I had a little bit more extra, free time during COVID, and the next thing you know, I'm doing things for myself. I decided to fire the PR firm, and as I was doing things for myself, my friends were like, "Hey, how did you get featured in the magazine cover of FHM or GQ?" And they're like, "Well, can you do that for me?" And I said, "Absolutely." Because
PRagency.com was born, and that is quite an impressive story.
newhpragency.com. That's
newhpragency.com, and that's great. And you're very entrepreneurial, so the stakes were high. You got lemons, you made lemonade, so to speak, and that's what a lot of people did during COVID. That's what I did. My show was born in the heart of COVID because, again, as an actor, I wasn't being requested, and we have a similar story in terms of the success and the drive. Well, we have about a minute left, but I just wanted to thank you for coming on, because you are not just impressed. You are so impressive. You are multi-talented. You are a family guy. Do you ever get back up on the stage, or that's in the past?
Sometimes I miss it, though.
Oh my God. Well, you should pole dance for your wife then. All right, guys. There you go. Guys, listen. You're listening to Armand Perry right here on A Moment of Zen. Please do check out his website, armandperry.com, or you could check him out on Instagram at Life Perryway, and of course, check out his PR agency, which is the New Age PR Agency.com. You're listening to A Moment of Zen. I'm your host, Zen Sams. We'll be right back after this.